It certainly seems like the country is more divided today than at any other point in most of our lives. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't though, right? How much of this division that we can see every day on social media, how much of it is real and how much of it isn't? Well, I'll get to that in just a minute, but first, let me read you this question. This one comes from a YouTuber at Simgore2, who says, given the severity of the hatred and division in this now deceased country, do you think a second civil war is coming? Regretfully, I think it's unavoidable, but hopefully I'm wrong on that. And my answer to that is, I think you're wrong on that. I do not think that a second civil war is coming. I think in this country today that we see as so divided is actually not that divided. Here's the problem. We have social media. We have online communities that even 20 years ago didn't really exist. Certainly not in the way that they do now. In fact, most of the social media sites we use today didn't exist 20 years ago, right? 20 years ago, we were all on MySpace. But that social media has amplified the divisions, perhaps in a way that doesn't actually reflect how deep the divisions in this country actually are. If you spend any time on Twitter or X or whatever the hell you want to call it, you're going to see division. How much of that division exists when you personally walk outside? When you go to the grocery store, are you actually seeing this division? Are people at each other's throats? Are people arguing in the streets about politics where you live every day, everywhere you go? The answer to that is no. And it doesn't matter where you live or where you are. Are there certain hotbeds of political activism? Absolutely. But not every day. Okay, you can, in fact, walk down the street and not see any division. You can see people who do not even know what each other's political views are getting along as best friends. We are not as deeply divided as social media would have you believe. Are we divided? Yeah, we are. Have we always been divided? Yes, we have. We just didn't have social media to amplify it. Imagine if social media had existed during the civil rights movement. Okay? Even the divisions that caused, which were way deeper than what we have today, they would have seemed even deeper if social media existed back then. Same thing with the Civil War. All right? There's all kinds of times through American history where these divisions would have appeared even more deep than they currently are. Or than they were at the time, I should say. So again, we are a nation that is divided politically, but we always have been. But those political divisions can in fact be put aside and we can get along with people. We can shop next to them in the grocery store. We can live next to them without arguments. I am certainly alone in my political views, at least in my old house, and I never once had any argument whatsoever with any of the people that live around me, including the one that had the 4 Trump flags at her house. In fact, she had a package accidentally delivered to my house. I gladly walked over there and handed it to her without any confrontation whatsoever. So, yeah, we're divided. Yeah, it seems bad. But I genuinely, based on my experience as a deep blue dot in a deep red district, we're not quite as divided as social media would have us believe. And when you look at polls that only ask about issues, not political parties, we're not divided really at all. It's the politicians that divide us, so we fight each other, so we don't focus on the fact that they and their corporate masters are the real people we should be uniting against. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.